This is a summary of press releases from Japanese electronics manufacturers on 10th December.
All right, so today we're looking at 5 big stories. We've got NEC with some news on cancer vaccines and open networks. Then, Hitachi is using AI to shake up supermarket operations. Mitsubishi's got robots for your home and some smart AI for factories. After that, we'll check out Ridgelinez and their vision for AI-powered marketing. And finally, Toshiba is working on powering remote communities in Oceania. Let's jump right in.
Okay, first up, NEC. They've got some big news in 2 pretty different areas, cancer vaccines and open networks. Let's dive into the healthcare side of things first.
So, before we dive into NEC's big news, there's a key word we need to get our heads around: immunogenicity. Yeah, I know, it's a mouthful, but all it really means is the power of something, like a vaccine, to kick your immune system into gear. It's basically a measure of how well it can wake up your body's defenses and get them ready to fight.
All right, so here's the headline. NEC has just dropped new clinical trial data for their personalized cancer vaccine, which they're calling NEC VaxNeo 1. And this is really cool stuff. We're not talking about a one-size-fits-all vaccine here. This thing is designed by AI, it's personalized for each patient, and you take it orally. It's a totally new approach to targeting cancer cells. And the results? Well, they're pretty staggering. Get this, a full 83% of patients in the trial saw their disease become stable after 24 weeks. That is a huge deal. It's a really strong sign that the vaccine is doing its job and controlling the cancer's growth. Plus, and this is also crucial, there have been no significant safety concerns. So as you can imagine, the folks at NEC are pretty excited. The CEO of NEC Biotherapeutics, Dr. Heinz Lupenow, basically said that this progress is super encouraging. So encouraging, in fact, that it's paving the way for 2 more clinical trials in Europe. And they're going to be looking at both advanced and early-stage cancers, which is fantastic news.
Okay, so let's switch gears completely. From biotech, we're jumping over to network technology. Because it turns out NEC's not just busy fighting cancer, they also just scored a really big win for their network operating system.
So, what's the big deal about a TIP Must Silver badge? Well, think of it as a gold star from the biggest names in the telecom world. The Telecom Infra Project, or TIP, includes giants like Telefonica and Vodafone. And this badge means they've looked at NEC's system and said, yep, this is good to go. It confirms that it plays well with others by using open standards, and it's mature enough to be rolled out commercially. It's a huge vote of confidence in their whole software-defined network solution.
All right, let's move on to our second story. We're looking at Hitachi now and how they're using AI to completely revolutionize supermarket operations. So the scene is set at a Japanese supermarket chain called HelloDay, and they were facing a challenge that's probably familiar to retailers everywhere: a labor shortage, which made the incredibly complex job of ordering products for their 49 stores a real headache.
So Hitachi brought in their AI system, and just look at these results. Overtime hours dropped by almost 8%. Labor productivity went up by over 8%. And the rate of items being out of stock, that went down by nearly 7%. I mean, these are massive wins in the world of retail. So how did they do it? Well, the automation rate for ordering things like daily goods, groceries, and frozen foods hit over 90%. That's incredible. It basically took this huge, stressful task off the plates of the staff, letting them focus on, helping customers instead of crunching numbers. And this isn't some simple algorithm. Hitachi's digital solution for retail is seriously smart. It looks at everything. Past sales data, sure, but also inventory levels, the weather, and even the specific layout of each store. It crunches all that data to predict demand with high accuracy, and the best part is, it's always learning and getting smarter over time.
Next up, we have Mitsubishi, who are bringing some really cool tech to both our homes and our factories. We're talking robots in residences and some very clever predictive AI. Okay, check this out. Mitsubishi is testing a robot delivery service that's just wow. A resident can request a delivery on their phone, and this little robot, the Kachaka Pro, goes and gets a cart. It then uses the building's IoT platform to actually call the elevator, which automatically takes it to the right floor. The robot then just rolls right up to the apartment door. It can handle deliveries, groceries, even taking out the trash. Pretty cool, right? Then, on the industrial side, Mitsubishi is tackling equipment maintenance. Traditionally, you either fix stuff after it breaks, which is bad, or you replace parts on a schedule, which can be wasteful. Mitsubishi's new neurophysical AI is a game changer. It combines a highly accurate physical model of the machine with a smart AI that learns from a small amount of real-world data. The result? It can predict with incredible accuracy when a machine is going to fail before it happens.
All right, our fourth story comes from a company called Ridgelinez, and they're looking at the future of marketing, an AI-powered future.
So, Ridgelinez poses a really interesting question. Why are old-school marketing methods just not cutting it anymore? Their answer is that today's consumers are just too complex. Simple demographics don't tell you what people truly value or what motivates them, and that's where traditional marketing often falls flat.
So what's their solution? It's pretty fascinating. First, they use a special framework to get way beyond demographics and actually model what users value. Then they unleash a team of AI agents that are trained on these values to design new marketing campaigns. And here's the kicker. They test those campaigns on virtual customers inside a digital twin. This means they can see what works and what doesn't in a matter of weeks instead of months.
And for our final piece of news today, we're going from the digital world to the very physical one. Let's talk about Toshiba and their plan to help power remote communities in Oceania.
Think about it for a second. How do you bring sustainable electricity to thousands of remote islands? For a lot of these small island nations, building a huge power grid just isn't feasible. So you're left with this massive challenge. How do you get power to these communities?
Well, the answer might just be a new company called Radiant Technologies. And it's a partnership that makes a ton of sense. You've got Toshiba bringing their energy management and IoT tech to the table. Then you have Vanguard Industries, who are experts at launching new businesses. And finally, Kyowa Shipping, who have been handling logistics and shipping in the region for half a century. It's a real dream team.
Their plan, which is kicking off in Vanuatu, is brilliant in its simplicity. Instead of a huge centralized grid, they're turning local shops into little energy hubs. These shops will rent out solar-powered LED lanterns and batteries to residents who can pay for it all through a simple app.
And this whole thing really makes you think, doesn't it? What happens when we take cutting-edge technology and design it not for the biggest cities, but for the most remote communities? It kind of flips the script on innovation, and it really shows the incredible potential for tech to create a more equitable world. If you enjoyed the video, please consider subscribing to the channel and giving it a like.